Dun dun dun. Right. Morning, Sunday morning. So, we're back to this. Excuse me. This is one we're doing. Now, in the last video, we were putting together the interior section. So I've managed to do the front, but I didn't do all this. So this is how I've done it. So I've got it together like this. This is just my way of doing things. So half of these seats you're not going to see anyway. So, you know, I was debating whether to actually button it all up and just leave it, because there's really no detail. I mean, you've got a load of bloody chairs. I don't. So the only thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the cockpit. So basically all that's got to go on the chairs now is, say, the cushions. So they've got to go on, and then we will weather the floor, but it's all painted. It's black, and it's black. So yeah, it looks quite good. And the black I'm using is this one, Mr. Surf, and that's 1500 in black. The shop has got some. I don't think it's got a lot, but it has got some. So I've done that, and the floor. I'm not going to bother weathering all this. It's just not worth it. You're never going to see it all. So just the front end is the one that's going to be done on that note. Now, since then, I've put a few bits together, like the small wings for the landing gear. So this makes it, basically what I did was put this and this into the fuselage, got it set up how it's supposed to be, so it's nice and true. Then just put a dab of glue on there. That was it. These come off because obviously they're pretty tight fit. The searchlights, I put chrome paint on them last night, so they're looking pretty good. So that's the chrome. And all I've got to do is just give it a quick lick over the top with the green paint, nice and easy dry brush. And then because these are dry now, you can put like I think they got like a goldy orange tint to one side on one of the lights. I'll have to have a look, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Not sure what goes in there, if anything. And then it makes life easier for putting the transfer on, if you're going to use the transfer or the decal on there, because that's a black anti-slip that they use to get up on the side of the aircraft. So yeah, the cockpit, as you can see, that's all I repainted it black because there was all this all still the plastic grey colour. So I've painted all that black. The filter box, so apparently these bits here are all metal coloured, according to the plans. Looking at pictures of the real thing, they were just all green. Some of them had them painted black, but anyway, it's done, that one. The rear wheel, that's done. The front end covered to the cockpit, excuse the compressor, that's been put together, so it makes life a bit easier. Then you've got the door, the rear door. Again, like I say, I'm thinking of just closing this up, but I won't put it on yet, put it on last. And then the rear rotor, so it's got to have the tips all done. I can't remember where it was then. I was looking at it last night, and where I'd taken it off of, that's not it, I don't feel like it. There's one of these blades that I took off, and maybe that was it. There was that one there. I just nicked it. You can see a bit of white plastic where the cutter just nicked it, but lucky enough it's right on the corner, so might get away with that. Anyway, that's all those bits. So we'll put those back in there. And that's that there. And then it's like, well, while I was at it, I painted the bottom green. So this is just your base green. Does this come over any further? I'm leaning in towards the bloody wind here. Right. So basically this is so what did I do here? So all I've added is that. I've added the two little aerials, they just poke in from the outside. I've added these bits here and that little bump there. Right? And then you leave all the aerials out because they're all black. And all with these two here. So basically what I did was I gave it the lines black, did the centre one down the centre, and then I basically misted in the green with the yellowy green, and then I've gone over it with the green paint that it's finally been painted in, and it was kind of like a scary coat gone over on that, so quite chuffed. The only thing I've got to do is here where it went on, it didn't match up. I remembered that I had this problem with the last one. It just leaves a tiny gap. So I can either stick a white piece of card in there or just about get my nail in there. Just stick a white piece of card in there or just a little tiny bit of filler. Bit of tape down each side and just put the filler in. That way you don't ruin all this. So that was that. But other than that, yeah, it looked pretty good. So there's the other little ECM or whatever it is. And then as you come back, you've got some aerials. This is the tail rail here. That's another little aerial. You've got another one there, big one. And as you're going along, you've got aerials to go in there. I added these bits in. Then the two aerials there. A headlight or a landing light. And then the two landing searchlights there. So that's the bottom. And then is the top. So this is the fuselage now. I'm thinking, oh my god, he's put this in, put the ceiling in there. Yeah, because that just goes and clips in. So it all works. So you can stick all of this together, right? And you can paint it, the whole thing, just as I've done. And all you got to do is run a bead of glue around that, so it's got an L shape like that there. So just run it on that. So when it sits in, it just sits in, and that's it. She's all sealed in. Now I've tried and tested this to make sure it does work on the last one, on the first one I did, and it does. So that made me sort of, right, I can crack on with the fuselage and get all that painted. So it's a quick process, if you like, but it works. It works for me. It might work for you. You can give it a go. But it works, and you can get that in, and you can get that out, because that's been in and out about 3 or 4 times in there. It's a little bit of work getting it out, because you have to pop it over the ridge on the back down there, but it works. It comes in and out. You could even stick that in there, and then you've only got the floor. I just, at the time, I just stuck that on there, and then all you do is you go like that, and you just put it in, and then you have to just make this a bit wider. I'm doing it. I'll probably break the chairs off, but no, my luck. Oh, there's a door there as well. Right? Hang on. Take that out. So, yeah, you just put this like this. Get it all inside the fuselage halves. The front spreads are right nice. And then basically all you do is you just push it down in there like that, and then push it that way, and it'll lock in. I won't do it now because otherwise, no, my luck, something will break. So basically, all I'm going to do now is, so you've got a big black patch here that goes here. And I've got a feeling it comes in the form of a decal. Yeah, it does. So you can either use the decal or you can paint it on. Just use a mask and paint it on. It's not too hard to do if you want to do it. I think how I did it was I basically drew the thing out on a piece of paper, like a little bit of a see-through piece of paper over the decal, drew the shape out, and then went from there. And then you got all your filth that comes down here from the rotor wash, from that exhaust. That includes oil, fuel, unburnt fuel, stuff like that. And it's these three colours that I'm going to use to do it. So, those three colours. So, let him hurry up and shut up. So the only thing you got to do is you got to paint the inside of these black, right? Because they're the only bits that show in the cockpit. So you need your black paint, right? Then we need, I was going to say a glass surface like my mobile phone, but I can't use that because that's what I'm filming with. So, I don't know where it is because this is a bit scruffy. So, it's not completely smooth, is it? Don't need very much in the way of something smooth. Just need a small piece of something that is nice and flat and will do you the job. I'm just looking around now to see what I've got. As a matter of fact, I just remembered behind here is some sheets of metal. Here we go. That's do. That's all I need. Just a bit of tin, a bit of brass. Okay. Seen the light of day for a long while. Still, there we are. That'll do it. That'll do it. Right. So, what do we use? I'm going to use this tape last time. No, I won't be using that tape. Fucking hell. Just dropped it on the floor. Ah. Right, we use this tape. So, where's the scissors? And then what we do, we'll put this on here. Like this, so that can be one side. And this can be the other side. Alright, there we go. Pre-warn you, I'm 13 minutes in on this video. This could be a bit of a long video. Because I'm going to do the masking to these and then spray it, and then I'm going to take it from there, sort of thing. So I'm just going in the box now. I could have done all this to save time, but I didn't realise how good or bad things were going to get. And I had to wait for my children to go in the other room before I could start anything. So if you wanted to use these, there they, excuse me, there they are there. But I think on the last one, like I say, I painted them on, it becomes a bit more effective. This is where now I did have a bloody pencil and a pen or something. Where is it? Oh God. Why is it come to do? Oh, I'm getting snagged up on everything here. There was a pen here. Oh, there it is. So we go up there like that, and then see, it doesn't matter. This is not a, Very good pen, this. There it is. It's just a bloody paper. Yeah, so here we go. So we're going up round there. So, and then like that. Right. So that gives us a rough idea of what we're looking at. So then what you do then is got hold of them. So put it on the gold bit of paper. Put this over the top. Hope that the pen draws better on this, and it did. Right, then that's that one. Get the other one. Same thing again. Try and aim for the middle of the piece of paper. And then trying to get it confused with that one. Like that. That can go back over the decals, not needed. And then here we are here with this. Right, then put that out of the way. Give me a bit more room to play with. Get a ruler. So use a ruler to go straight down there. There. Right, then you just pick this out. There we go. Like that. And then you line it up on here. So it goes basically from there like that. And then you can get a cotton bud, and then this will just ease it around some of the corners. Like so. So that it looks like that. And then you do the same for the other side. So we'll quickly, because I don't know how you bloody get the video to full fast this bit, but then do that. So the long straight again. There you go. See if we can dig that up. There you go, there's that one. Then, because this is the other side. See if we can get rid of that bit of brass now. Go over there. And then again, so right at the very beginning, oops. Cool, this is the fiddly bit. Right, let's just have a look, yes. Not far off of it. Get it round there, like that. That's the one, Jimmy. Right, and there we are. Right, so that's both of them on. Right. And then what we do is get this open until this gets used quite a bit. Yep. Put a little bit of leveler in there. So how much is in there? So just put it up to about there. So that leveler's gone in there up to about there. Right, and then bloody airbrush leaks. And then basically back bubble that in there. So it mixes it up. Right, and then we can start to spray. So we'll go around the outline first. Fill in the middle. Same with these bits on the front here. That one there. That one there. And then again in here. Right. So you get that kind of effect. Alright. It's supposed to be a quiet running bloody air compressor. So much for that. Not very quiet at all. Right, so that gives you that kind of little bit of green shine there. Give that one a quick going over. Right. So that's that. That's what you do there, right? So then we take this off, these masks. And you can do one or two things. You can either keep them or throw them in the bin, depending on how many Sea Kings you got. Not enough, I've only got this one. Courtesy of Model Works. Yeah. Give them a shout. Well, weren't they? Well, we'll be working it. 25th of this month, guys. You want to come down and say hello? Feel free. I won't bite your head off. Probably bore your head off, but not bite your head off. Right, so there you can see now we've got a nice looking thing. Now all it needs is a little bit of filth. So what we do is just clean this up a bit, this airbrush. Get rid of some of that. Right, we're finished with this for the time being. Just want to look. Just basically, I've used one of these paper towels to clean that out. Just put a couple of drops in the bottom, a little bit of backwash. See, and then that just gets rid of any of that black bit. Right now, shake this up. Let's see how runny it is first. Normally a pretty good. Oh no, I've got some nice stuff that I'd thinned down from the previous one, so I've still got this left over from the last one. So we just put that in there like that. And then what happens then is you have to look at the helicopter. The rotor's here, right? And it down and swashes, and all of this gets coated in crap, right? So what we do is we have to do, well, this is what I do, to try and get it looking the best I can, like I did on the last one. So you start off here where the exhaust is, and you see, I don't know if you can see it, I'm a bit too far away. So you see you start there, yeah? So you start there, and you don't have any pattern to it, right? And you work it up the end, and it's going to be thicker and dirtier in cracks, like that. Yeah, and you look at it like that. Oh, I'm missing it here. That's because I'm on a close-up. So you go around there like that. And then try and get it on the joins the thickest. Yeah, because that's where it gathers. And And the good thing about Airfix is like some Revel kits is they don't put the glass in till last, so you can leave all the glass out. So basically you're getting that kind of effect at the minute, right? And then you can go long ways on these. Hang on, this is not good. You can't see what I'm doing. So you're basically just scaring the coating, where you need it to be. Right, so it's starting to look like that, right? And then so you're only very slightly putting your finger on the button. Right, so you're getting it to look like that. Then comes the fun bit. So now you just get the brush, airbrush here, right, and you're going down across the fuselage like that, over in half, and all you're doing is just firing big squirts of it, right, in the direction of the flow of where the rotor's going, where it's blowing it all, so it blows it all down there. And would you, Adam, and soddy leave it? So that there's a hair. I don't know where that's come from. No, never mind. It looks like a bloody oil drip. But anyway, that's your oil, right? With your fumes, and it's all going, and it coats. And so in the end, you end up with a side that looks a bit like that. It's a bit too glary, this, isn't it? I don't know what I can do. Anyway. It's that bloody light here. Oh, there you go. It's a bit better. So all your rotor wash shit is all coming down here like that. Now these helicopters, from what I've seen on pictures of them, when they were in the green, they were kept quite clean and tidy. So you don't want to put too much on. So let's put the rest of that back in there. Right, get rid of that. So now you want to so around some of these joints, it was like where they got hot, it got like goldy type burn on them. So put a tiny bit of that in there, a few drops of that. So that's where you're at with that. So just put a few drops, so tip a tiny little bit that comes up to about here with the paint, and then put the rest up there to make this into a bit of a wash. Right, then because of what this airbrush is, I have to take this nib off and to get it to spray fine. And all you do is you just use a bit of paper like this, and then you realise, how much pressure you have to put on the needle for it to come out. So there we go. And then what you do then, it's all around where this gets hot. So where it's immediately hot, leg. So it's going on, but not how I'd like it. So you get that kind of effect, yeah. I'd like for it to be a bit thinner. I suppose I'll thin it down a bit more. Yeah, thin it down a bit more. So I've thinned it down a bit more. So I'm going to go over this again. It's only really on this black bit that you ever see it. And you don't have to be... So it doesn't have to be even, because it doesn't always show up how you think it does. But it's on the black, so what I'll do is I'll quickly do the other side as well while I'm at it. So again, it's uneven, but it's on there. Right, then let's tip that back in there. I ain't going to use all of that. Put the lid back on that before I knock it over. Now I can put the tip back on again, because I don't need that off now. Going to end a little bit of wash, clean up. Right, now we use the purple colour. So although this isn't the colour of fuel, the colour of the fuel is sometimes you can get a green and a hempy, but when it gets a bit hot and it's unburnt, there are some purple flecks that are in it. So again, not very much in the way of paint, more in the way of thinners or leveller as it is, this stuff. And then you really want a thin mix. Put the lid back on that for now. I don't want that going over because it's the only part I've got. You can get all of them paints from Modelworks. You can probably get them from anywhere, but Modelworks, I know, does a full stock of Mr. Colour paints. Right, that's coming out all right. So what we do now is we got that. So now we need to have a bit of a kind of a purple haze to it. So again, only on the black bit, and as you can see, you're starting to get that purpleness. You don't want too much. Again, it's just, it is what it is, and that will probably do it. That's it, right? So then you got that. You do the same for this side while I've got it here. Again, it doesn't have to be to a pattern. It's just heat. That's all it is. Right. And then, whoops. Let's bring him back over because I've got to tip him away now. Probably all going out there now. Oh, shouldn't be back in the pot. Bloody just that and the other. Do you know what? Doesn't matter. Right then, sometimes you get like the fuel just go. So you got real thin now. This should hardly be anything. And then just go over that bit there. And again on the other side. Right. So it doesn't give it much, but it gives it something. Right. Oh, yeah, it's not bars. And then the other thing you want to do as well is, although the door, I don't know why, doors are always kept really clean. What was that? Oh. That. Go in there. Put those in there before I lose them as well. That's an antenna and a rifle holder. Right, there you go. What was it? Oh yeah, there we go, doors. So your door goes on here like this. Jesus Christ. Bloody cat. And then we can just feather it across the door as well. And down there. Leave that there. Right. And I thought myself, right, I'll just do the brown on the other side. And then let's go from there. So again, you want to have little bits here. Not far too much of that stuff in there. Can't manoeuvre the airbrush properly. Underneath there as well, around that lock or that latch. More on top than down the bottom, really. And then again, because both sides are different, so you don't want them, exactly the same, but you can just like that, and you get that sort of effect. So, for the wash of the rotor and the dirt and fuel on either side. That seems to be good enough. One engine might burn fuel different from the other. No two engine burns the same. I found that out at the airport when I worked there for many moons. Right. Now you can do a tiny little bit of this now. It's not much. Just a drizzle of this in there. That's all you need. And then Take that tip off again. And we're going to put it back on just to do this bit. Right. And then, there. Yep, it's coming out all right. So then what we do here is you can blacken things up a little bit. So what you're doing, you're gonna just put a bit of dark around here, not much. This is why I want to fade it in. So again, there it goes. So basically I'm doing the black sooting on the rivets around where soot would gather. Never know, it might be a bit, but again, it's all all scary stuff. Nothing too heavy, although there's some places I think I've gone a bit heavy with it, but right there. Same for the other side. But the other side's slightly different because you've got a door runner here. So yeah.
Does it look like it's going to fall out?
No. So again, you got it like that, and then you can really stick some tinners in this.
So I'll just have to get ready and try and fit their boots on. It takes like half an hour to put them on.
And need that on. And then soot. So you go in here and you're going to blow down that way. So it's all going out the back. Only thing is, so that's the easy side to do, this side. So you got that side, and then you got this side. Oh, the worst side, because it's the other way for there. And then that is about it. So that's it like that, and that gives you your finish you need as well, because fuel doesn't dry matte, it dries, got a bit of a sheen to it with all the oil and content that's in it. So that's that. Now you're probably thinking, gee, why are you stuck the decals on? Do you know what? It's got so few decals on this particular one. The only thing you got is the roundel, and yeah, you can pretty much cover that up with a last wash sort of thing. All the decals, letterings and stuff's all black apart from right up the very back. So you know, it's a bit, I don't know, there's bits like there's chunks of paint where it gets caught. Stops the lid going on. There we go. It's on now. So yeah, so there we go. So I've showed you how to, or how I do my weathering on a Sea King. That's it there. It will look a lot different once you put a wash and then you finally varnished it. It will look a bit different then. But then what you would do here is, in the pattern of all of this, you could put a very, very thin down gloss varnish and just go over it when you finished it. So basically in this build part, I've shown you how to weather said. Now there is some other things you can do as well. I won't do them now because I'll leave that till we've got the decals on and the bottom of everything in, because that will be done last. But there is a bit more you can do to this just to make things, you know, a little bit more realistic. So we'll leave it until then, because Jesus, I'm up to nearly an hour now, and if anybody's still left then yeah, thanks for watching. So at least you know how to do something there and on that side there, so that gives you a good idea of what's happening. So what I'll do is I'll get the thing all buttoned up, and then we'll come back for part 3. And until then, take it easy. Enjoy yourselves, keep modelling, so like and subscribe, because there's that one as well, isn't there? So it's thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.